Hello and welcome back. We are continuing here our Crusader Kings 3 run in the Princes of Darkness mod, where you can play as all manner of Gothic beasties. We are going to be playing, or have been playing, as Ares, who peaked in high school. Although, we're getting close to peaking now, you know what I mean? 49 learning. That ought to learn you something. And so, last episode, what happened is we managed to restore Carthage. We rebuilt Carthage. We can rebuild her. And we did. And so this is fantastic, a great boon for all of humanity. We're restoring the timeline. Never mind that humanity is screwed because there's, you know, werewolves, vampires, and demons around. Humanity's restored because we have Carthage. In addition to that, we woke up Hannibal Barca, and while he is going to be leaving our realm pretty soon here, because he's really disloyal, we are working on it. We are working on scheming to tempt him to the dark side of wrath, which is our demonic kind of religion, the sin of wrath. And once we corrupt him all the way, we should be able to invite him back and have him lead our armies. This is one of the reasons why we're floating more domain than we ought to be. This is definitely inefficient, but we're doing it because we want to put the right people in charge of the right places, and we don't want to be an uber tyrant and take everything away, although that's kind of what we've been doing. So this episode, I'm hoping that we can strike a blow to dear Camilla, who had destroyed Carthage. He was the ruination of Carthage. It's even in his character lore, which is here. Look, it is also his command that took down the city of Carthage. So we need to stick it to him, but we're gonna stick it to him slow. You know what I mean? And by doing that, I'm thinking that we do something against his dear friend, and by something, I mean we murder him. And so that will be where we get started. We also have this journal entry. By journal entry, I mean decision, because we're not playing Victoria 3, of securing the Mediterranean. This is a major unification, and all it requires is that we get Mallorca and Sicily. And so we will be looking to do that as well. But for our first war, we got right here the Duchy of Zab. The Scion of Carthage, this is the woman who was kind of destined to try and rebirth Carthage, although I don't think she was successful, but our lore entries for all these things, and she has converted to our side without voluntarily. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to help her get her claims. Zamara was a dark-skinned Muslim woman who trained her arts, trained her sire in the ways of personal combat, but also received permission to study astronomy and linguistics as well. After the fall of Carthage, or Zamra rather, paired up with Aiden, the neonate, that means child. Child means also child, or vampiric, child, of a clan mate known as Brother Cornelius, who retrieves some old letters from Carthage, specifically written by her sire, Malchus. Her sire appears to be still alive. I don't know what he's up to. In addition to the wide age gap of elder and neonate, because she's relatively young, although a sweet young 1500 years old, and they are near exact opposites. He is crafty and underhanded, whereas she is more forthright, and he was the European crusader, while she is at least a practicing Muslim. They press each other's buttons just by existing, which inflames the bourgeois temper in both of them. However, a Bali threat to these documents, that is the Carthaginian documents, as well as the Cainite holding them, which is, this is another word for vampire, helps to push them deeper past their differences for now. In the future canon, this is like more modern era, with Aiden's help, Zamra managed to beat the Bali called Saphira, straight murdering her during a frenzy, straight murdering that bitch, her during a frenzy, after the Infernalist mentions that their sires were likely brothers in Carthage. Shaken by the revelation, she will find comfort in the unlikely friendship that she and the bourgeois neonate formed during the adventure. She and the bourgeois neonate. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wait. It's Brother Cornelius is the clanmate, not her. What is it? Sire, who's only a couple hundred years older than her. That's a good enough age gap. But we have here, we will be going for this, which is, she has a claim on it. We're more than happy to reward her for voluntarily joining us. She is one of the few people we didn't get through combat, and so we'll be off and away. This will be an easy annex. So we have just gotten to the end of our Infernal Eminence tree for our dynasties. Demons have lost much of their memories and experience during their unpleasant stay in the Abyssal Prison. who were they really? And we have Infernal Archduke. If you are a demon, you will receive a memory of your past about an angel, become Exalted Eminence, where we will gain a bunch of dread, have a bunch of natural dread, a bunch of prestige. Monthly lore lifestyle experience is also kind of nice, except for our Arcana. We've almost maxed out the tree, so it's kind of whatever at this point. But we will unlock it with our Renown and Memories Hell on Earth. You were one of the lucky few that ended up being summoned out of the abyssal prison, allowing you to escape to the mortal world after millennia of torment with your fellow rebels. The world has changed a lot since your imprisonment. War and despair are everywhere, diseases run rampant, and the paradise that was Eden seems like such a myth at this point. Humanity still worships God, but in multiple forms, and fight over which form is better. He may have truly turned his gaze away from Earth, maybe because of Lucifer's rebellion or humanity's failures. In any case, what was your first reaction on seeing this new world for the first time? It needs to be cleansed. We might do that one. So many potential worshippers, true. Maybe some sort of hope at redemption. No immediate effects. No immediate effects. Alright, so cleansed is really tempting, but if this gives us some sort of tree or some sort of interesting way of uniting the world under wrath, maybe we do this? Okay, we'll do this. We'll hope for a better future, not just, you know, RP style hope for a better future, but hope for a better future in terms of what we are selecting, in terms of our thing. We'll hope for a better event chain as we get in on this war. It is time to put an end to this creature. Now, we made sure ahead of time to make sure that we got the Evolve trait because we want Camilla to know. We want him to know it was us. We must try again. He gains Watchful, but, you know, we luckily, fortunately, last episode did get Helen of Troy as our spy master. She has a whopping 29 intrigue, and so I guess we're gonna have to take another crack at it. But he will be slain, the friend of Camilla. The wolves are at the door. Even such terrible predators as vampires can become prey from time to time. Such is the case with the feared lupines or werewolves, the ferocious shapeshifters with a deep-sated hatred of bloodsuckers. This is something you could use, and we shall. By leaking information about an upcoming travel from your target to a near forested area, you can make sure that their party would be attacked. Then, the savagery and fearsome combat prowess of these beasts might be enough to take care of the problem for us. We're, of course, sadistic, so we're loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's called fresh, clean eaten. We must try again. Damn. Surely, at some point he's able to resist. We got a kind of additional war here, because they were trying to conquer each other. And we have a new sorcery perk, so let's take a look at that. We have some available perks. We have a bunch of Arcana, that's fine. We'll just hold it for now, but I believe that we did want, in particular from here, gain access to the Spirit Wilds. We did want to get this, because now, I'm not sure if this gives us new decisions, but in particular for the Spirit stuff, we've been trying to figure out how this stuff works. Don't really know, but I think that we can usurp, tell them to get out of my place, and gain access to the Spirit Wilds. I said, get out of my place. This is ours now. And we can change the effects here, which will give us access to, you know, hostile scheme resistance, spirit bragging levy maintenance. That's not that good. Fort level spirit shield. That's a pretty good one. Camilla has this on Rome. We know. Could we not select it? Okay, we can change the effects, and we can also calm the spirits. We can tell them, hey, we should just be chill, friends. Hear me. Big nice, and this will calm all the spirits everywhere. I said, and so now we have max relations. They are grateful, which gives us reduced spirit maintenance and litany ruler opinion and spirit recruitment cost. So, starting to delve into those sorts of things. I don't think we have, you know, any sorts of decisions that look in the realm of, you know, entering the spirit realm ourselves. So we'll have to see about that, or if there's a way for us to do that, or maybe that's just off limits for demons. So was planning on killing the buddy before we took his kingdom, but the time appears to be now because he's currently involved in revolt against Senator Titus Brutus Caesar. Who would have known dear Brutus would have betrayed him and, you know, worked against him? Let's see his character lore. An old Roman from the Republic era, if he is to be believed, Titus has navigated the brutal Cainite politics, that's vampire, with a shrewdness well hidden by his amiable demeanor. Well-versed and knowledgeable, the Prince of Aquila has had many friends and few foes in the world, a feat that is not to be underestimated. The rise of the Giovanni family, in the north here, is concerning to the old Romans, and he is debating if it is time to cash in on some old favor or try and work out a deal with the upstart Venetians. After all, they are merchants, and Titus could be valuable entry point to these new markets. We'll close the encyclopedia, and we'll have a go. At Sicily, rightfully claiming Carthaginian dirt, and of course striking a great blow to our foe, Camilla. If at first you don't succeed, murder the friend again, which is what we'll do. Please work this time? Surely you cannot keep surviving. We have to try again. Speaking of trying again, let's try again to sack Rome. Oh no, not some upstarts. We'll rally the troops. We'll deal with these guys eventually, but I fear, where are they even? Yeah, they're up here, over here. That's fine. We are about to salt the earth, really salt the earth of Rome. Hannibal converts to wrath, which is fantastic. So now he loves us. He loves us so very much. We do not have our summon interaction. His mental defenses are too strong. So we'll have to figure out some other way to invite him to court. That's a little bit of a tricky situation. See, the problem is oh, maybe we just up our lodging standards. Maybe that's what we do. So let's go to our court, our royal court, and we do need to make. You know what? This is obviously correct. We do need to pleasant up the price for dear Hannibal. How silly of me! I should have known this before. Obviously, we need grand lodgings for such a grand man, and so we will invite now dear Herr Hannibal off to, where is he? Where is he? We have him pinned. There he is. And we don't care that that was overkill. More than enough modifier. Only the best will do for dear Hannibal Barca. So he will become our courtier, and now that he's our courtier, we are going to grant him some territory. Wait, why can't we grant Titus? He's not a non-infernalist. What do you mean? He's wrathful. What is this? What is this? Can we try a demand mass conversion? Will that make a difference? No, it doesn't look it. Color me confused. We'll figure out a way to give him some land, though, because we can't abide by not having Hannibal have land. But you know what we can do? We can say, step aside. Hannibal, it's your time to shine. I said, Hannibal, it's your time to shine. You never got to do this in your previous life. Now you will get to finally take Rome out. This is truly, I can't describe how much joy this is going to give me to watch Hannibal finally take the city of Rome. It's so happy. Oh, what is this? No! If they killed too many guys so that we can't siege down the city, I'm gonna be big mad. We are, of course, winning because we have 20 champions that are really strong, but look at them with freaking 59 champions. Oh my god, I have no idea where I'm supposed to put my camera for this game. This is just like absolutely like, it's a problem. But they have 59 champions, but look at this. Kind of low prowess, 14, 0 prowess. That guy, there's a reason he's wearing a helmet. He doesn't want to show his face. He doesn't want to show his face as he loses to Hannibal, who has like a third of the troops or a quarter of the troops. And you know what? We're back, baby. We got Hannibal. We're attacking Rome. We got less troops. We're killing all the Romans. Who's this? Marco Polo. Do we want Marco Polo in our realm? Yeah, he does have a lot of, the problem is it's a little bit difficult for us to convert him. Let's just pull some strings and make some enemies. I am the puppet master here. Hunters hunting? Hunting who? Scared of who? Scared of you. Scared of me. Wait. Oh my god. We cannot kill him. What is this? It's obvious that we're involved. We keep gaining dread every time. Everyone knows what we're trying to do, and yet we will not give up. We will not give up until Rome is destroyed. We will not give up until real poems. We will not give up until the city is taken. and we have seized the sturdy goblet from Rome. Truly, the prize of all prizes. We have taken Rome. Now, have they taken our city? No, but they're trying. It's a little bit of a problem. So we'll come back and deal with them. But Hannibal has finally taken Rome. We'll, of course, slot him out because he's not as good as us. Although, the truth hurts, we're not the best guy on the street anymore either, so we'll have Menelea lead our troops. I swear to God, this guy's unkillable. It might be because he's a Nosferatu. They're like the rat of the vampires. But we're going to try again. It seems that he has escaped Sin's judgment yet again. The assassin made it in the castle but did not reach the man himself. He was captured and on pain of death revealed our name. Well, I'm glad that we know who's doing it. I'm glad they know now. That's unfortunate. So currently we've converted Dante, that is from Dante's Inferno, to be our poet. We see him pacing down the throne room. He's been yelling at anyone who crosses the crossroads. He's got some literary fury, and he's asking us, could you tell me who your favorite hero was? Well, I thought we were going to get the chance to, you know, sponsor him, but we could definitely say Caligula. Caligula was a man after my own heart, I must say. Caligula was big nice. As per our request, your poet brings us a work inspired by Caligula, but it's not as I expected. I am a character in the text, but I am Caligula's wary advisor, not a friend and equal. Not like this. The emperor torments me with a whip or forces me to dress up like Aphrodite and dance for him. Not like this. As I read further, there seems to be a rather lot of scenes where he whips me, indeed. Oh no. This is amusing. I'm sure the court will enjoy it. We get compared to Caligula for 5 years. Dread gain plus 20%, direct vassal opinion minus 5. And we get the 500 lashes artifact, which we don't know what that does. So I wonder if this is from the mod or from this stuff. Well, that's not 500 lashes. I don't see it here. So I guess it's going to be a court item, court artifact. 500 lashes. Well, we put down the sturdy goblet. We got that earlier. And I guess the 500 lashes is going to be the book. And what does it give? Diplomacy, lifestyle experience. Okay. 500 lashes for me, and another 500 for me. Just as we get decked on, we finish this up, and we have smote and taken the kingdom of Sicily from dear, and by dear, I mean not so dear, Camilla. Now, we had been waiting to invite Theodoric the Goth, of course, because, you know, if there's anyone who's is an enemy of Rome, it's Theodoric. We're going to invite him to court because we had already converted him to our dear Wrath religion, and so we will invite him, and then we will probably give him control of a big chunk of this. Now, we're going to double check and make sure that there aren't any special buildings we can make use of. The Tomb of Shadows is a good building, but I'm pretty sure we have to be a vampire that's a La Sombra. I guess in theory we maybe want to find a La Sombra vampire that's going to be good in order to get that to them. We have Palermo. I think that this is the overall duchy title for the Duchy of Sicily, so maybe we hold on to this until we can give someone particularly good this, but I think we're going to grant this to our dear friend, not Marco Polo. Marco Polo's off on an adventure, to Theodoric the Goth. And so we will grant him the title right here. And then I think we can't disband the army. We have to float the army back, I think. Because we got decked on by Mallorca. Not really sure where they're going to be coming from. We were going to deck on them for this because we needed to finish the decision tree. And so that is a little bit unfortunate they decked us, but it is what it is. So we are going to try and wake another ancient vampire, and that is going to be Bizarre, the architect of Byzantium here. He involved himself with Byzantium's history for as long as any Canaanite can remember. From within his haven, Bizarre directed city growth and considered himself to be Byzantium's shepherd. He drew the greatest artists and architects from across the world known to build Byzantium, a jewel of the road to the east. Emperor Constantine brought a definitive end to the effort. His forces razed Byzantium to the ground, enslaved the surviving population, and declared himself ruler. Bizarre himself fell into torpor from grievous wounds inflicted in a battle with Roman Cainites. 3 Methuselahs accompanied by the invaders that would later become known as the Byzantine Trinity and erase Bizarre's from the city's history. Rather than face this formidable trio directly, Bizarre left to gather knowledge and strengthen knowledge with which to combat them. He met the one who would change the course of his own life forever at the heart of some city along the Mediterranean. Bizarre tried every possible trick to convince this Canaanite to aid him in his quest, but nothing worked. When he tired of his games, he found that he could not move to strike down the creature. He realized then that no force at his command could move this being, and he offered to learn from the mysterious vampire instead. The Canaanite opened his third eye and introduced himself as the prophet Salat. Salat guided Bizarre on the path to Golconda for several decades until his departure. I think that's a religious type of thing. Bereft of guidance, Bizarre returned to Constantinople only to be betrayed and left in torpor by his own child, now working for the Trinity. I'm guessing that's this one. Future canon, Bizarre will awake a new world and choose to focus on his quest for Golconda. Using the name Mahatma, he will monitor Constantinople, then Istanbul for centuries to come, rather rarely interfering with politics. So, we will try and wake his ass up. You got work to do, bud. So we will do that, and we want to awaken and recruit him. Of course, he will not be fans of our religion and stuff when he first awakens. This will, of course, cost a ton of prestige, and we have a 10% chance that he just bails. But he instead joins us and is our champion. Now, we can't give him, unfortunately, we can't recognize him as a cultist, and we cannot give him anything immediately. So instead, we'll put a pin in Bizarre with the idea that eventually we want to use this tempt scheme on him once we have an available scheme. And he will be kind of useful to us until then, because I think that we had some courtier positions that would maybe make sense for him. Specifically, wasn't there an architect position? I could have sworn there was one. Royal architect. Surely Bizarre... Why is Bizarre not great at being a royal architect? Is it just the case that he can't do it unless he's the right religion? Oh, maybe he has to be Wrath before he can be appointed. I mean, I don't even see him in here. Okay. Well, we see him he can become High Almoner, but I don't think that's good enough. Marco Polo's doing some work, too. He's currently exploring. I think that once Marco Polo is done exploring, we might give him Sicily. We have to give away as well this duchy. And then once we do that, I think we'll be kind of good shape. Also really regret just amping the what was it, I think it did in retrospect, it just has to be incorrect for us to have just ramped this up all the way to like max lodgings, and maybe we rake it back down a little bit, because this level relative to this level is such a big difference. But maybe we'll just stay with it, because we like people staying longer. It gives us more chances or longer period of time to tempt them, to convert them to our religion, whereas once they're Wrath, they won't just bail as soon as they, get here. Speaking of bail, we do have Carthage. Still. And still she stands. Dear Carthage. Sweet, sweet Carthage. Marco Polo returns from Africa. His inspiration is realized. It is an excellent regalia, which will give powerful vassal tax contribution, some romance, and some prestige. This is magnificent. Surely it's magnificent. And so we are at the same time trying to get him to enjoy us. And by enjoy us, I mean convert to the dark side, because we have free cookies, obviously. He is a cultist, though, so that means we can give him territory. And I think that now that he's back, we maybe give him this Sicily to work with, which, I mean, I don't know how grateful he'll be, but if he is grateful, that'll be nice. I think we could also ask him to convert immediately afterwards. I'm scrolling through because I'm pretty sure we have him pinned. I guess we don't need Theodoric pinned anymore. It looks like we maybe don't have him pinned, but I believe he does have a ton of stewardship and is in our top realm. And so we'll take a quick look. Yep, he does have a ton of stewardship and is in the top realm. And so we will grant him some titles. And I think we're just going to grant him all of this. And I think that'll be good. He will have the minority vassal stance. All right. And we will slowly convert him, but now he can't leave because he is assigned to us. And while he is a relatively young vampire, He's an old soul, and so hopefully he'll be able to help us. He's also diligent and patient and gregarious, so overall probably a pretty good subject. We're really hoping this, actually, we maybe left a little bit of a snake in the... Maybe we shouldn't have left the snake here, because he's going to make the duchy, and then he's going to be a subject, and then maybe he assassinates Marco Polo. But, you know, you live and you learn, except when you die. So we just have to give away this territory. I'm thinking we keep this mine. I honestly don't know how good the mine is, or how good I think it is. But I think that we have one more thing we need to give away, and we're going to give away this duchy, keeping the mine, at least on a temporary basis. And so, since we know we maybe are going to be building a little bit here, I think that we'll start building up a theistic cult. And some other stuff here, so we can establish some control, as well as cheaper prices, and then just give this away to maybe Dante, once we get Dante fully on board. We will send a poem to Camilla detailing his incompetence, because why not? Finally, we unlock another sorcery perk. It has been a little bit slow going on this one. We're just getting a ton of free experience for Arcana. We've unlocked everything that we can, unless we do not have a high enough Torment level to unlock it. Probably should be focusing on Torment a little bit more when we're engaging and stuff. But let's kind of cruise through here. And wait, I thought didn't we unlock this? What's going on here? We unlocked this before. Why can we unlock it again? Okay, well, we'll gain access to dreaming. We now have access to ephemera and also dreaming. Now, I think that this will be a decision, right? Or what will it be exactly? We can do twist fate, use Arcana power to gain it on a natural bonus. We don't need to do that, I don't think. Although we have a bunch of Arcana left out. Seek aid of spirits, no. Lure of Fernalis, no. Claimants, convert to local culture. I'm not seeing something. And maybe we need to take a closer look at our own. But we do have Book of Nod now accessible. Here, we'll notify when this becomes available. We can review the tales from the Book of Nod. Okay, I think this is because we unlocked a particular artifact. I think we're going to save that one for next time, though. And I think we're going to conclude the episode here. This episode, we have taken it to Camilla. We didn't manage to kill his friend. His friend was a little bit difficult to kill, but we did gain access to Sicily. And we are kind of poised to do a decision for securing the Mediterranean once we accumulate a little bit more gold. And we've been acquiring great people and turning them into vampires. Like Theodore Medochites. We haven't converted yet to being a vampire, but Marco Polo we've made a vampire, and then as soon as we make him a vampire, the problem is they convert away from our faith, which makes them have minus 100 relations, which is a little bit of a problem. I mean, in theory, we're just going to keep trying to get him to... Wait, what is his vassal war over? Oh, he's going for that? I guess we're fine with that. That's de jure for him. But for Marco Polo, like, we want to be able to improve relations with him at some point. It's a little bit tricky for us because we can't use the interaction that we have before when they're our subject already. But what we have to do, I suppose, is turn them into a vampire, then let them go into the wild, and then convert them back. We have Dante Alighieri. He is currently, here's our problem. I guess he's already a cultist. He's just the wrong religion is the problem. And we can't use the corrupt thing because we already used it recently, but I guess we have to wait until we can corrupt him and then corrupt him. I think what we're going to do to try and get him to stick around is use a poem. But the point is that we've been getting people like Dante and Marco Polo and kind of expanding with these historical figures. Also gotten some strong vampires here and there. We picked up her, and she's we're eventually going to create the duchy for her and then give her control over the duchy. We're eventually going to offload our last kind of holding here in Greece, which doesn't really have much buildings, so it's not that useful. But we have a special guy who we want to give this particular holding, and then we're probably going to give him a kingdom in Greece once we get an empire, and so we do want to save it for that. But yeah, things are going good. I think that next episode we'll look to stick it to Camilla even more. We have a terrible, terrible fate in mind for Camilla, and maybe we'll be able to exercise that next episode. He's still really powerful. 72 prowess. You know, I think him and I are the two highest prowess people. If we find characters, or of all people who have prowess, there are some people who just say, oh, you automatically died, don't fight this guy. But of the people who have prowess, see, this is one of the question mark, you just lose. You did Baba Yaga. One does not simply fight the little grandmother Baba Yaga. Hades is got the absolute highest here. He's in the underworld though as a wraith. Persephone is out and about. We do want to try and get Persephone at some point. I think we have a pin in Persephone. Yeah, we do. And then after that, King Jamal. And okay, I guess there's a few in front of us. Menelaus, notably one of our guys, has got more, so we could invite him to our cadre. We have to give this guy the business at some time, the Bane of Carthage. That's not an acceptable nickname. And then we have Camilla, and then we have us. And so that's kind of the current state of affairs. I think once we get a little bit more prowess, then Camilla will start challenging him to duels to wreck, you know, his spirit before we wreck his body. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube algorithm thing. And other than that, have a nice day.